Very
So,
cool.
moving to the word problems based on quantity and cost. So, we're going to talk about two different branches under this. We will talk about the quantities of the items that are nouns, and we are going to talk about certain items that are nouns but they look like numbers, so at times they cause confusion. So, let's first look at a few examples from these. So the question says the coach of a cricket team buys three bats. So bats is the item here. The quantity is three, and we are making an assumption that cost of each bat is X and the cost of each ball is Y. So this becomes 3X and means plus six balls because cost of each ball is Y. So for six balls it becomes 6 by Y. 4 means equal to, and the total cost is 3900. Then there is a second situation that arises when she buys another bat. Now another here means just one bat, which means the cost is only X, and means plus, and two more balls means 2Y, and total cost here being 1300. So we can solve these two equations and find out whether we get a distinct solution, a unique solution, or infinite solutions, or no solution to this particular question. Let's look at another example. The item here is apple, and the second item is grape. And we are making an assumption here that the cost of 1 kg apple is equal to X, and the cost of 1 kg grape is equal to rupees Y. So 2 kg apples then will become 2X and means plus 1 kg grapes cost will rupees Y. So the total cost would come to 160. After a month, the cost of 4 kg apples, so 4 kg would mean 4X, and 2 kg grapes would mean 2Y, is means equal to, will be 300. Now, interesting thing about this particular question is that 2 upon 4 is half, 1 upon 2 is half. These are equal to each other, so it doesn't have a unique solution. And 160 upon 300 is not half, implies that this particular system of equation has no solution, implies this particular situation will never happen, that the cost will become to 300 with this kind of the combination of purchase that the person is doing. So this solution does this system doesn't have a solution. Now we are looking at few more questions where word problems are based on quantity and cost, but the items they confuse with the numbers. So the next question that we are taking is where there are 10 students who are taking part in a mathematical quiz. So we are assuming let the number of boys be X and let the number of girls be Y. Since there are total of 10 students, then X plus Y becomes equal to 10. Now it says the number of girls. We have assumed that to be Y. So Y is means equal to 4 more than. 4 more than means plus 4. Not 4 plus, but plus 4. The number of boys. Boys we have assumed as X, so it becomes X plus 4. So this is equation number 1. This is equation number 2. You can solve them and get the number of boys and the number of girls who have participated in the quiz. Another example of the quantity is this. Here we are supposed to find the cost of one pencil and the cost of one pen. So again we assume the cost of one pencil as X, and if we are buying 5 pencils it becomes 5X and means plus. We assume the cost of one pen as Y. So if we are buying 7 pens it becomes 7 pi, 7y together means equal to together cost, and the total cost is rupees 50, which becomes the right hand side of the equation. The second situation is that if the 7 pencils were bought, so each pencil is costing x rupees, so it becomes 7x and implies plus 5 pence means 5y, and the together cost is 46. So again we have two equations here. We can solve them and get the value of the cost for one pencil and for one pen respectively as x and y. Now we have covered that if the word problems are given for quantity and the cost, we've covered when the items are directly nouns and they are interpreted as nouns. Problem occurs when the items are nouns, but they look like numbers. So let's look at this question. Meena went to bank to withdraw rupees 2000. She asked the cashier to give her 50 rupees and 100 rupees notes. She got 25 notes in all. Find how many notes of rupees 50 and rupees 100 she received. We do not have any pen, pencil, bat, ball, any of those items here. Rather, our items are 50 rupee note and 100 rupee note. So our assumption is going to be, let the number of 50 rupees notes is equal to x and the number of 100 rupee notes is equal to y. So first we are only talking about quantity. The number of notes is 25. So that means x, the number of notes, that is, let the 50 rupee notes, which are x in number, not in cost, and the 100 rupee notes, which we are saying let them be y. Total number of notes is 25. So the first equation is only talking about quantity. These are how many notes of 50, how many notes of 100. Now the second equation will be about the cost. So if we have 15 x notes of rupees 50, so the cost of 50 rupee notes will become 50x and means plus. And if we have y number of notes for rupees 100, then the cost for 100 rupee notes will become 100y. But the total cost withdrawn is 2000. Hence, we have equation 1 and equation 2. The first equation is only for the quantity. The second equation is for the amount. Total amount 2000. This is the amount that we have got from the 50 rupee notes. This is the amount that we got from 100 rupee notes. We have a similar question. Now, in this particular question, it is ideal that we subtract each of these terms. So when we have this equation here, we divide by each term by 50. So we get x plus 2y equal to 40. This is divided by 50 gets x. When this divided by 50 gives you 2y, when this is divided by 50, it gives you 40. So equation number 1, equation number 2, we will solve and we will get that how many notes of 50 did she get and how many notes for 100 she got in the total amount of 2000 that she received from the bank. Let's proceed to another question where we have another sample where there is a confusion when the noun looks like numbers. So we've already done one question here. Let's look at another one. Yash scored 40 marks in a test, getting 3 marks for each right answer and losing 1 mark for each wrong answer. Had 4 marks been awarded for each correct answer and 2 marks deducted for each incorrect answer, then he would have scored 50 marks. So there is a situation 1 where the score is 40 marks and a situation 2 where the score is 50 marks. The two situations help us understand that this is a problem for linear equations in two variables and not quadratic equations. Now, the assumption here, what is the item here? What is the item that we are going to quantify here? The item is the number of right answers and the number of wrong answers. Like in the previous question, the item was number of 50 rupee notes and number of 100 rupee notes. Now in this question, the items are number of right answers and the number of wrong answers. So we will assume let the number of right answers be x, let the number of wrong answers be y. The total score means equal to here, is 40 in case 1. And if the right answers are x in number, he gets 3 marks for each right answer. So total marks from the right answers is 3 into right answer, that is x. Right answer is number here. And he loses 1 mark. Now add means plus, but losing means minus. And how much is he losing? 1 mark for each wrong answer. Now, if the number of wrong answers are y, he loses minus 1y. So the first equation becomes this. Now let's look at the next equation. 4 marks have been awarded for each correct answers. Now, correct answers are still x, only the marking scheme has changed. The paper has already been attempted, all right? Only the moderation of the paper is taking place. So the number of correct answers are still x. So he gets 4x in the second case. And means plus. 2 marks deducted means 2 marks is of course 2, but deducted means minus 2. And the incorrect answers are still y. So he is getting a minus 2y score there. And the total becomes 50 in this particular case. He would get 50. Now, this equation can be rewritten. This equation can be rewritten as 3x minus y equal to 40, and this equation can be rewritten as 4x minus 2y equal to 50. Again, we can simplify this equation further. This is an even number, this is an even number, this is an even number. So if I divide this by 2, I'll get 2x. If I divide this by 2, I'll get minus y. If I divide this by 2, I get 25. So the equation will become 2x minus y equal to 25. And then I can use elimination process to solve equation number 1 and equation number 2 to find out the value of x and the value of y. X will tell me how many correct answers were attempted. Y will tell me how many incorrect answers were attempted. So we have covered the problems based on quantity and cost.